Very good morning, guys. This is Shivraj, and today we will be understanding debounce. So, how debounce is important and how we can use it in JavaScript in React.js. So, I have started a series which is named as GenZ JavaScript series in my YouTube channel. So, under this series, I will be exploring JavaScript, React.js, and Angular. I am experienced web developer with 10 years of experience, and throughout my journey, I have come through various logics and various areas where I think, as an experienced developer, as a developer, we all face such kind of issues, or we do not actually write the efficient code. So if we will, the videos which I'm making under this series, if we will go through all this series, if we'll revise them, this gonna surely impact our coding, how we do coding in the our applications. So so we're gonna learn a lot, and we will be very much confident. So let's understand Debounce with the help of React.js, and we have taken a public API. So basically, what is Debounce? So what we are doing? So there are multiple use cases. So right now we will be discussing use case where we are typing some search queries. So you must have seen Google, right? Google search. So whenever you type something, so in below you get this results, right? This search suggestions. So those suggestions, if suppose if you're typing, if you're searching country India, right? So if you type IN, so in each key that you press, suppose IN, if it is firing an API, right? Then there is that is an issue, because then you're compromising, right? Because regular APIs are getting called, so it is not a efficient way of writing code, right? So with debounce, what we can do, we can give it a delay, like suppose 500 milliseconds, the best 400 millisecond, so that when user stops writing, or there is a delay between the two words which we are typing, if there is a delay of 400 or 500 millisecond, then only the API is getting fired. So that way we can achieve this, we can fix this issue, right? Uh, so this is called how debouncing we will be achieving it. So here you can go through these notes. I will be sharing these notes under the description. So here also the same. Suppose you have a search box. Each time you have to type a character, you trigger an API call. If you type very fast, React, you might fire those number of APIs, those number of characters, right? If suppose in India we have INDIA, 5 characters, so 5 times APIs will be called, but we want it to be called like in after 500 millisecond of time. Suppose I typed quickly INDIA, so after India has been typed, then only the API is quickly called and we get the result. So that is our aim. And so how we can achieve it in React.js? So in React.js, I have taken use state and use callback. So I have created a function debounce. So let me show you the public API how it is working. So if I type here S, so with S, I'm getting these results, right? If I type PA, Patricia Lepsack, right? Because this contains this word, I will show you. So it is not firing on each and every keystroke. So this is our aim. So in line number 51, here you see before that line number 43, we have debounce function. So this is the main core here. So what debounce function is doing, it is taking a function and a delay timer, and a delay, how much delay we want, right? And line number 44, we have a timer variable, and this timer will hold the set timeout reference. Okay, so and then we have a 45, we have a return function, and we whatever and what we are doing is we are clearing the timeout every time, right? Every time we are calling this function, we are clearing the old timeout, and then again the new timer is getting started. So this is how we are skipping the APIs in between. So it will only be called when there is a 500 millisecond. Why I'm always saying 500 millisecond? Because we have pass 500 here. In line number 71 we are passing 500 millisecond. It can be any 100 millisecond or even 1000 millisecond, depends on your use case. So in line number this 43 we have a debounce function. This we understood, right? We have a set timeout and delay, and then we are calling back this function. In line number 51, here we have created our search user component. So here we have defined our search user component. Under this I have two use states. So we have query as a state, result as one more state. So two state we have, and to update the state we have set query and set results. So we know use state always returns an array. That array is query and set query in case of line number 52, and in line number 53 it is also returning an array. That array will always have one state and one is state updater function. So result and set results. Result is the state and set result we will be using every time to update the result. And also remember, whenever we are updating the result, whenever the state is updated, the component re-renders, right? So this is the benefit. Component re-renders and will show us the latest value. This is how we are able to see the latest value of the state. So that's why we are not using simple those let or const any variable and then updating them, because those time the component will not render and we will not be seeing the updated value. So that's why we are using state in case of React.js. In line number 55 we have fetch user. So this is the main fetch user async function where we will be calling an public API. So in line number 55, we have async. So we always know async, if we have written async in line number 55, so this function always gonna return us promise, right? And also we can use await. So await is only used where we have async function, right? So in async function, we are saying if there is a search text. Search text means the word which we are typing. If there is any, if not, then we are returning the empty array. And then if there is a search query, then it will come to 60 line number 60. If we suppose we have typed anything, suppose I have written PA, so it will reach 60 line. It will quickly call this API, and this API will return HTTP response. And in line number 61, this response, because it is not in the JSON format, so it will quickly do the JSON parsing here in line number 61, and that's how we'll be getting the data. So finally, the data, a JavaScript object or JavaScript array that we can use with our JavaScript that is already parsed. So in line number 60, you know this await, right? If you don't know, I've already created, see all these things which you're seeing here, the state, the await, the async, the debounce, this all I've covered in my previous videos. You can go there anytime and revise your concept, or you can use MDN, Mozilla, this MDN for any web development related topics, or the React website itself. So line 60, what await will do, it will wait till this API brings the result. So it will wait and pause. It will not go further in this function. So it is of async type, we know. So this will not block our UI, because outside this function everything can be continued, but inside this function it will stop in the line 60 until unless it gets the response. Same here in 60 also, until unless it gets the response. After that, here we will get the data and we will check. We will firstly convert it to lowercase. Why? Because JavaScript is a case sensitive, so that's why we are converting both to lowercase, and then we are checking if it includes those characters. So suppose if I type here uh, uh, S, right? So we will see the result. So because all this result contains S in between them, so this is how includes work. Include is include is already a predefined which is given to us by JavaScript. So Patricia Lepsack, we have SA, right? If I type SA, then Patricia Lepsack, SA is present. That's why only this is visible now. So this is how our filter logic is working. And then we have consoled it, and then how we are setting the results. Because we are setting the results, that's why we are able to see it here. We are this updating the result state with the help of set result, and it is component is quickly re-rendering, and that's how we are able to see the latest result here. Suppose if I type here anything else, F A C, component re-renders because of this set result, and we are able to see the new data. And then line number 71, we have debounce fetch use callback, and inside use callback, we are calling our debounce function. Debounce function is the which we have defined at the top. This debounce function it is calling in line number 71, and it is passing fetch users function. So our debounce function is a higher level function which takes function as a parameter. So we are passing fetch users and this delay 500 as an argument from here. And then this array you see, right, empty array, because there is no dependencies. So use callback, why you are using use callback, let's discuss this now. So use callback is also a hook which is given to us from React, and use callback hook we use because we don't want this function to be created again and again when the component re-renders, right? So it kind of memoizes. You must have used use memo also. It is similar to that. So what use callback does, it memoizes. So only at the initial render, this function gets created, and then it does not re-render in every the state change or anything. So that's why we are saving that. Because if it is passed as a prop to any children, or if it is this can cause a performance issue. All the time it will change. So we don't want to make change, because if our function does not depends on any state or any changes, right? So we can use callback and make it memoized. We don't want to create it again and again. If it depends, then we will not use callback. But here our function does not depends on any state change or anything, so that's why we have memoized it. So now we have this function inside debounced fetch, and then we have this handle change. And when we are calling this handle change, whenever we have this return this HTML thing, here we have input box. So input box we are typing this text, and inside it we have value. So value is the query that we are typing, and on change is on the change, like on every change whatever we are typing, this is getting fired, handle change. And what handle change is this method in line number 73. What handle change will do, firstly it will set query, so the query will get updated with this value, and then it is calling this function debounced fetch, this function. So it is calling debounced fetch, and then what debounce fetch is doing is just calling debounce with the fetch users and 500 delay. So this is the debounce. So here we are getting this fetch users and delay, and then timer is there, and then it is returning a function, and here we have a clear timeout. So every time this function is getting called, we are also clearing the timeout. That's how we are preventing the API calls. And with 500 millisecond delay, it is when only there is 500 millisecond gap between my type, then only it will call the API. So this is how we are able to achieve the debounce. I think I've explained everything here. Lastly, the results. So because we're updating this, let me show you here. When we're getting result from API, we are updating the results also in line number 67. So that's why we are able to see this result, and then we are mapping over it to show the list. This is the list. If I type A, you see this. This is the list. This one. So guys, this is the debounce with the help of public API in React.js. So this is a beautiful example to understand the debounce, the use callback, the states which we have used here. So please, you can revise it. I will share the sandbox link. You can go through this code and play around. And please do subscribe and share, and also keep commenting around the videos if you want any new videos or any in some particular topic, or if anything I missed here, or if there is something that I can also learn, we can all learn. So please share your thoughts also. And thank you very much. I will see you in later videos. And till then, take care and keep sharing and keep liking my videos. Thank you, everyone.